This is just a listening type of video, so feel free to do anything while you listen. What's up, Star Family Collective? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the 33 High Priestess, and this is Spiritual Life School Education. Back with another video, but except this video right here, it's not a reading. It's just insight on spiritual reasons why our hands itch. So, with that being said, I'm going to get right into the video. I actually was called to do this video because for a whole day, my hands, like my palms, my fingers, my wrists, everything was itching. And for me experiencing this, through the years and being taught at an early age what it meant, of course, money, but as I grew older, I started to 1, 2, 3 on my clock, but I started to see the patterns on my own of like in my life what certain things meant when it itched for me, and I start to study what happens after. I'm not sure what made me like pick up the patterns, start to pay attention to the patterns, but I don't know, I guess one day I noticed that, you know, um it was for my feet though. Like, when both of my feet itch, um, I'm fit to walk somewhere foreign that I've never been before or graveyard grounds. And in that case, I started to feel that, and then it would be a funeral in my family. So I'm like, what the heck, So it was just like a supernatural warning, but not saying I felt it often or a lot, I maybe don't remember if I felt it before every family funeral, but most of them that happened in the past, I remember my feet itching. Maybe like the earliest of a month before we hear the news, and I probably would forget about it. But sooner or later, I got older and I start picking up the patterns. So I figured that's my body's way and my psychic abilities, like its way of letting me know that it's some abroad, some ahead coming. So just a little weird detail about me and how I'm able to tell, what parts of the hand is itching for what reasons. But back to recently, I was called to do this video because my hands was itching, and I'm like, I don't know, it's just itching all day. Like, so I'm like, maybe, and it was mainly my right side too. So it mainly, I was feeling like I need to take action, do something. The right side is your masculine energy, your right, like your actions. I think I just said actions. Like focus, your responsibilities, stuff like that. Your willpower, leadership, those kind of traits, focusing and success, your action side. But the left hand deals with your feminine energy. See, we supposed to have our masculine and our feminine energy. And like I just said, the right side of your body in all, not just your right hand, the right side of your body is your masculine side, your masculine energy side, your yang. And your left hand, which that's what I'm talking about today, the hands. But the left side of your body is your feminine energy. That's your abilities, your psychic abilities, your intuition, your emotions, your self-worth, your inner grounding, your inner self, your higher knowledge, um, you know, healing and each finger has um its specific characteristic and the power and energy that it holds. So I would say, for example, um your ring finger, that everybody's supposed to wear their married finger on. That finger is your healing marriage finger, your emotional connection, um, your emotional balance. Like your index finger would be your inner vision of yourself. Like your middle finger would be your self reflection. And I would say, yeah, your self reflection and your self worth. Your pinky is your intuition, of course, and your communication from your higher self. The thumb is your inner grounding. The thumb is like at the base of your head, like it's your ground, like, so yeah. I don't think I said what the fingers on your masculine side was. I probably said the characteristics, so maybe that's good enough, but I think I'm called to still say 'em. Your thumb would be your leadership, your willpower. Just like on your left hand is grounding. Your index finger, I would say that's like your authority. Like point, like think of when you point, that's like authority. um, the middle finger is your focus and your responsibilities and stuff like that. Um, like your middle finger is your balance. That's balance. And on the left side, that's like the bridge between your spiritual and your mundane life. Ring finger, right hand, is still, of course, love, relationships wise. But just a little opposite from the left side, which is the real married finger. This would be a sign of itching on this finger could be like maybe um a warning in relationships or friendships. Could be in the category of either you pushing a little bit, trying to force a relationship, knowing that it's not for you, or something in that kind of nature, because the right side, of course, deals with masculinity. So forcing a relationship with the ring finger on your right hand itching would be in that category, if that makes sense. If it don't, stay on the channel. You would come to understand certain things that I'm mentioning if you don't get it. But if you was called to this video, then it must be something that you should probably take from this video, which I'm hoping that, so far this is resonating with anybody. I'm sure we've all had these types of itching, but I'm also not excusing, the mundane health, the number one thing, skin conditions that people could have. I'm not dismissing any of that either. But of course, that if you have a skin condition, that's what's causing, whatever you got. But for those of you that know that there's nothing wrong in that area for us as any visible skin condition or, condition of any sorts, um, then, the itching could mean something to you. So yeah. So yeah. And if I didn't mention, the pinky of the right hand is like the confidence and influence, your friendships and stuff like that, and communication with others. So now back to the palm while I'm on the right hand pinky. The palm is, as far as it's the money, in the money area, is like receiving the positive energy flowing, and giving too, in a way, depending on, where you are in your life, what situation you are in your life, the left hand associates with stuff like losing money, or in a way receiving, because the left side is your feminine side. So Empress energy, feminine, it requires being in a receiving energy and relaxing and stuff like that, but it's more of to do with the money and finances. So it's more of what has to do with overspending and losing money, like I said, giving to ungrowing situations. So your hand may itch after you done spent some money or probably overspent, while the right hand itches could mean, money flowing to you. And for some people, it could be the opposite. It's just all about what you study about your own body and what you notice yourself, and which side is your side for whichever, Um, but yeah, I wrote this stuff down because most of it I remember. I've witnessed some of this stuff with my own body and in my own life over the years. So, and then I'm human, so I can't remember everything, and I did want to just try to get everything that I can out in this video for people that may need it, cause like, oh, why am I at you? But yeah. And I understand it's probably could be a little confusing because I'm switching from hand to hand and talking about each finger and all the palms and but yeah, stay with me, stay with me. Right now, going from each finger, I'm gonna do each finger left into right and then switch to the other finger. Stay with me. The pinky, I wrote down the pinky, the right pinky. Of course, that's your intuition, how you express yourself, your personal expressions, your relationships. It could signal upcoming changes in a relationship. Um, in a good way, communication and travel. The pinky on the left hand, like it could be a need to express yourself more authentically in your relationships, in your friendships. It could be a warning about your intuition surrounding surround oh it could be a warning. Dang, it get to where when I be channeling and thinking, I almost want to write another language. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I be flowing. I don't understand my own handwriting. That's weird. Who does that? But I was saying a warning about your intuition, like a change to your surroundings, a possible chance of traveling to a foreign country or somewhere you never been. It could be a need to pay attention to how you communicate with other people. That being your left pinky itching. Um, the right hand and the ring finger. So we going from pinky to thumb on each hand, jumping back and forth. Stay with me. The ring finger on your right hand, it's like your financial gain, a positive shift in a marriage, or maybe, of course, it's your masculine side. So it could be a negative or unwanted change. Like, for instance, it could be a long-time friend that you just cool with, and they try to make a move on you by like doing something dramatic, like proposing, and you like, damn, I ain't trying to be like that. So that's a shift. Or another type of shift would be like, things going okay, but then it take a drastic turn. um Depending on, where you are in life and how close or what's going on between you and that person. But left hand ring finger is a positive sign. That's the marriage finger. um a positive shift within friendships and relationships. um Link to May. Wait, what? Ah, link to May. May could be significant for somebody. Somebody's birthday could be in May. Whoever listening to this could have wedding plans in May. Congratulations, if so. Put it down in the comments if so. I want to know. I said May for something. But um it's like it be other people writing her too. When it's just me, it's like my handwriting changes also. So I be like, who the fuck wrote this? But I know I'll be writing it. So I did. Wedding right there. What the heck? Left hand linked to spending. Oh yeah. I wrote it like that because the left hand ring finger, maybe, I believe. Yeah. The left hand ring finger could also be like itching as a sign of maybe, of course, that's the love hand. But maybe with the left hand being in the category of the side of losing money or spending money, overspending, it could be a sign when that hand itches that maybe you could have like overspent on the wedding, but it's what you and your love wanted, so y'all happy. And so it's not all a bad thing, but like, a little financial dent or something like that in that category, not saying nothing bad or, but yeah, some of that kind of stuff. With the left hand ring finger itching, with that still being one of the luckiest fingers on your hand, because it's the very hand could be somebody like want to propose to you, like somebody is um what, why can't I find my words every time I do readings or I try to do a video? My throat get to closing up and it be sounding all puffy and like a smoker's throat. Like, what the crap be going on? What fuck do I want this bitch to get out? But man, moving on. The right hand middle finger could be things are now balancing out or will be balancing out soon if it's, bumpy times at the moment. It could be a nudge to balance material and spirituality for this, like your normal life, your everyday life and your routine and stuff like that, and your prayer and meditation, like being able to balance them out with your right finger, middle finger itching. So there's a need to like create balance and also money, money also. Just always think about, some kind of the hands itching is the money, wealth coming in your life or leaving your life is like the base of why your hands itch. But the reason I wanted to add on the fingers is because it all goes together. Like your whole hand is not just your palm. So life is not just about money either. So I wanted to add in there, things that could, help in life or give warnings. As I tell you, which itch goes to which finger. You know what I mean? So yeah, back to the, I digress a lot. So If you made it this far in the video, thank you, because like woo. Anyway, left finger, middle finger. It could be a need to balance out financial situations and treat your money better. Um, balance like more like self-discipline. Your left hand is linked to, spending money going out, right? So, like I said, probably a need to balance your money better. If your middle finger on your left side itching, 151 on the clock, that could be significant for somebody. Now I move on to the right side index finger. This could be like a sign. I would say a side. A sign of like profitable opportunities and taking charge in situations that needs to be, you know, authorized. That's not a word, but you know what I mean. Like important opportunities. Dealing with, that's the finger of directions. So like it's decisions and stuff like that. Making the right decisions. So itchy index finger on your right side could mean you may have recently made a good decision, or will make a good decision in the future, whether you keep track or not. But um basically, following the right nudge of your intuition, your first mind. That's your right index finger. And your left index finger could be, obviously the opposite, um, not necessarily bad all the time. Not saying, oh, you have a good and bad side. Like, not saying that. But, of course, the left side deals with your intuitive side. So that's, obviously energy block and, making wrong decisions, or making a decision for yourself that could have been better, if it's not all the way bad. And obviously represent a need to take charge of a situation and not avoid it, or like not let it build up, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm talking to somebody that got a lot of paperwork to do, and it's like this they kind of avoided or so. But anyway, back to the fingers. um, Left side index finger itching is a sign of not trusting your intuition. That's your authority. That's you not trusting your mind, or refusing to, do what's right, in the way with that pointing finger being your authority in decisions and stuff like that. Not following your first mind. The thumb on the right side, masculine energy, it's your actions, far as it's your actions paying off. Like actions that you did in the past are paying off. Like you worked at a job for a minute, and now you get a promotion. It's could be a sign of an upcoming promotion, or a sign that you know investing in the right place. You know what I'm saying? Like um even if it's a job, like I said, a sign of promotion, a sign that you've been working hard and it's gonna pay off. Like there's a itchy thumb on your right side, which is obviously connected to your palm more than the other fingers. Kind of, they all connected, shop, but you know what I mean. Um, you probably look down at your hand. Blue, got you. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, the thumb is linked to that. on your right side. And the left side would be like an unexpected money loss, you know, overspending, could have been an investment on the wrong thing, you know, investment with the wrong people, um, delayed promotions or withdrawal promotions, withdrawal partnerships and stuff like that. You know, a need to let go of energy that no longer serves you. Could be like a need to let go of a bad investment and start fresh. Your thumb on your left hand itching, hinting at the need to take charge in a situation. And I've also witnessed through the years wrist itches where it would just be my wrist and like my inner arm itching. I don't have any conditions, which at the time I didn't have any conditions on my wrists. And I encountered every itch that I still do encounter in the parts of my fingers that I could tell and studied myself that I have certain meanings that it means in my life. So I thought I would share that, you know, with people that are curious on why certain parts of their hand is itching. Whoever's interested, whoever this video resonates with. But yeah, the wrist area on your masculine side, your right side, could be like a upcoming journey. I think I mentioned that. This your action side. So taking action to clear blockages, energy blockages or emotional blockages. Um, I think I also mentioned too, it could be a sign that something is being forced, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, something where you know you're not supposed to be, or you're dealing with it because of, you know, energy blockages. So the left side would be a sign that you could be, if you're doing the work, you could be in the process of getting ready to accept spiritual gifts with your left side itching. That's your intuitive side. Your receiving side, which in money case, the leaving side with the money, but you know, it's your intuitive side. So wrist itching in that area could be a sign of, you know, spiritual gifts, whether it's an awakening or an ascension, and a need for spiritual cleansing. I probably will make a video about cleansing in the future, but yeah, a itchy left wrist could be a sign that, you know, a need to ground in your spirituality. So yeah, and I want to let you know, don't scratch it. Don't scratch it. If you can, rub it against some wood. The wood helps prevent the luck from disappearing. It helps keep from pushing your money away. But don't get no splinters or nothing like that. But just rub it against some wood. If not, you know, take your risk. But don't live in fear or crazy superstition or nothing like that. I just want to share this in my experience. My experiences is why I shared it. You know, in case anybody else was dealing with it and curious to know, um, you know, thinking past the norms, coming up out of the 3D, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it right here because I've made this video long enough. So until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.